tango. Plus, the 5 days of Christmas redemption, how to get rid of the festive season excess and lose 5 kilos with no tricks and no gimmicks. In the aftermath of Christmas, many of us wake up with a financial hangover, realising we might have spent a little more than we should have. It's a time of year when our personal credit debt spikes and a time when we're in danger of missing or overlooking a bill payment which can come back to haunt us for years. Damien Hansen reports here the slightest blemish on your credit rating can leave you in financial limbo that makes life very difficult.
Check your credit rating. You're buying anything from a bed to a home. Check it.
There's about 14.7 million credit files in this country, of which 1 in 5 have negative listings or defaults on them.
Well, the best bit above that, we'll buy the property today.
I can't get a credit card, I can't get a loan.
Elizabeth Sheehan's life is on hold, blacklisted because of a credit default.
For that little amount to destroy your credit rating, it's insane.
The 25-year-old from Brisbane saved thousands for a deposit on her dream block of land, only to discover she owed Telstra money for a bill she never knew existed.
Any little form of contact would have been great, and I would have paid the bill straight away, and then I wouldn't be in this situation.
I've never ever had a credit default in my life. I've been applying for credit since I was 18 years old. I've never paid a late bill. I've never done any. I've paid off loans. I was gobsmacked.
Mum Sharon Anderson is another fighting to clear her financial name.
And it sounds ludicrous, so it was only $157. You know, we're not talking thousands of dollars here. It was a measly little $157. It was in the way of us getting a mortgage.
To make matters worse, it was all a mistake, but still, she was banned from borrowing. The mix-up meant she was billed for an account that wasn't hers, the default attached to the wrong person's file.
She had the same name as me, she had the same spelling as me, we had different birth dates and different addresses. But somehow, our files have been fused together.
Yeah, it's really affected me.
It's just a matter of knowing the legislation, knowing who to approach and how to approach them to encourage them to remove the default.
Graham Dossel is from CRA, one of the country's leading credit repair firms.
Even if the default has been listed incorrectly, most creditors either don't know how or won't alert the client that the default can be removed.
Incredibly, more than 80% of Australians who owe money on credit have never checked their personal credit history.
I personally recommend that every client go to Voter Advantage on voteradvantage.com.au and request a copy of their credit file. They can get that for free within 10 working days.
If you find a default, Graham says, act on it. In many cases, defaults can be cleared permanently.
We have seen an example where the legislation states 30 days to remedy the breach, and some creditors have not given that 30 days. In fact, we've seen examples of letters where they've said 7 days, otherwise you'll be defaulted.
Among the biggest defaulters are telcos and energy providers.
A debt collector for a particular creditor lodged more than 600,000 defaults in 1 year, and that year was 2006 alone. Now, I believe that was for the telco industry.
And we're increasingly bearing the brunt of creditors who get it wrong.
It was frustrating. I'd get off the phone and just be in tears because how am I going to win this?
It's like a minefield, knowing exactly what has to be done, how it has to be done. A lot of creditors don't even realise they have an obligation under the Privacy Act to supply documents to clients if they ring up and request them, or if they make formal request.
So many people are going on the web and are applying with 6 or 7 different lenders at once, not realising that it's actually hitting their credit file.
Rodney McHale is from brokerage firm 1-800-APPROVE. His customers are often rejected from mainstream lenders.
Too many inquiries within a short period. They say roughly 6 in a year is a rough rule of thumb. Any more than that, you are really slowing your chances of achieving any credit.
His advice?
Speak with the lenders, and if not, there are companies out there such as MyCRA that will help people clear up their credit files.
Sort it out. It won't go away. It will only get worse. Pay your bills on time, and if you've got a dispute, pay your bill and then dispute it, and you'll come out on top.
The supermarket war is intensifying. In an Australian first, Coles has announced it will ban the sale of beef, containing hormones, which are additives that speed up the growth of cattle. The supermarket giant is about to launch a massive advertising campaign telling you it means safer, healthier, better beef that won't cost a cent more. But beef producers claim it's nothing more than a marketing ploy. Linda Kincaid reports.
The use of hormones in Australia is done under very strict conditions.
It's proven that when you stop adding the hormones in beef, the tenderness is much better. The price on the packet won't change, but it will be a much better eating experience.
Coles is sending hormone-treated meat packing. Do you think people are surprised that there are added hormones in beef?
I'm sure they will be. The myth is that there's been added hormones in chicken, but there hasn't been added hormones in chicken for over 40 years. And so I think people will be surprised it's in beef, but we want to take them out because it's better for the product and better for the customer.